Coming up next, it is Toledo Early College versus Eastwood. This is going to be a mind mash of mega proportions. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it going to be? Only one way to find out. BGSU's Brain Game starts right now. And welcome to BGSU's Brain Game. Up next, it is Toledo Early College versus Eastwood. Let's stop and meet our teams. We're going to start off with Toledo Early College. Nolan, tell us about your team.
I'm Nolan. I'm a senior. To my left is Susie. She's a freshman. And to my right is Justin, and he's a senior. Our coach is Mr. Randy Nissen.
All right, welcome to you. And now to Eastwood. Tell us who you are.
I'm David. I'm a senior. To my left is Cole. He's a senior. And to my right is Devin. He's a freshman.
And your coach is?
Our coach is Karen Smoyer.
All right, well, welcome both to Toledo Early College and to Eastwood. We're going to start things off with our toss-up round. Goes a little something like this. All questions in this round are worth 10 points. There is no deduction for an incorrect answer. So if you think you know it, I say buzz in. You may confer before buzzing in, but not after. In teams, you can steal a question. I repeat, you can steal a question in this round. All right, the toss-up round starts right now. This sedimentary rock has a composition of clay, mineral, and quartz. The typical color is gray, and its texture exhibits varying degrees of facility. What rock is it? That would be Toledo Early College. Nolan?
Granite. Incorrect.
Eastwood, would you like to steal? They say no. We were looking for shale there. Our original Constitution was amended to establish January 20th as the date on which all incoming presidents would receive the oath of office. Which U.S. president was the first to take this oath on this date in 1937? That would be Eastwood. David?
FDR.
Will we accept that? We will accept that, yes. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Although the ancient Egyptians prayed to many gods, two main gods were dominant. Amon-Ra controlled the sun and the universe. What did Osiris control? That would be the underworld. His birth name was Carlo Lorenzini. He wrote The Adventures of Pinocchio. Under what pen name did Lorenzini write? Carlo Collodi is what we were looking for there. Located in the southern regions of Argentina is a large, dry, grassy area composed of steppe-like plains. By what name that literally translates to big feet is this region known? That would be Toledo Early College. Nolan?
The Andes.
Incorrect. Eastwood, would you like to steal? Did he get in time? Did not. Patagonia is what we were looking for there. This fat-soluble vitamin helps the body to absorb calcium. Name it. Vitamin D is what we needed there. Executed during the French Revolution, this chemist is noted for his discovery of the role that oxygen plays during combustion. Name this man dubbed the father of modern chemistry. We were looking for Antoine Lavoisier there. Instantaneous communication has evolved greatly since 1895 when this Italian inventor and electrical engineer created the wireless telegraph. Name this pioneer of long-distance radio that would be Eastwood. David?
Morse.
Incorrect. Radio transmissions, Toledo Early College. Would you like to steal? Time. We were looking for Marconi. Marconi is what we needed there. Among his works are the humorous History of New York from the beginning of the world to the end of the Dutch dynasty, and the much-loved The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Name this author whose given name was Dietrich Knickerbocker. We were looking for Washington Irving there, Washington Irving. Jump in when you know the U.S. president described. In office during the Haymarket Square riot of 1886, served as president during 2 non-consecutive terms. That would be Eastwood. David.
Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland is what we needed there, yes. Which type of sentence's purpose is to restrain, control, or direct, and is exemplified by the statement, go quickly? That would be Eastwood. David.
A command.
Incorrect. Toledo Early College. Would you like to steal? They say no. Imperative is what we wanted there. In 1925, the largest weather event of this type recorded, known as Tri-State, occurred across the states. And that is the end of our toss-up round. Let's take a look at our score. We have Toledo Early College. They have no points at this time, but currently in the lead is Eastwood with 20 points. You're going to want to stick around, though. Things can change very quickly because our head-to-head round is coming up next. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU's Brain Game. A look at our score has Eastwood currently in the lead with 20 points as we move to our head-to-head round. But before we get there, it looks like Toledo Early College has made some substitutions. Let's see who's joined the show.
To my left is Elijah. He's a sophomore. And to my right is John David. He's also a sophomore.
All right, welcome to you. Eastwood, you're staying with your team, correct?
Yep.
All right, it is time for our head-to-head round, and it goes like this. There are 15 questions in this round. There is no deduction for an incorrect answer. It is 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and you can confer as long as you want. The twist is one team stays, the other team goes into isolation, and then we switch it and do it all over again. With Eastwood at 20 points, you will be staying in the studio. That means Toledo Early College, you're off to isolation. All right, Eastwood, are you ready?
Yeah.
Good, because your 2 minutes and 30 seconds starts right now. Identify the American philanthropist who did relief work on Civil War battlefields and was the author of History of the Red Cross.
Clara Barton.
Correct. Of the 50 U.S. states, which 3 have names that begin with the letter O?
Oklahoma, Oregon, and Ohio.
Correct. What noun is defined as the science of determining a ship's sailing direction and location?
Pass.
Navigation is what we were looking for. Name the person responsible for pioneering the vacuum tube.
Pass.
William Crookes. How many symphonies did Beethoven write?
7.
9. Name the largest Philippine island.
Pass.
Luzon. Give the title of the work originally published as a sequel to Edgar Allan Poe's sequel to Murders in the Rue Morgue.
Pass.
The Mystery of Marie Roget. What famous American's death inspired the Walt Whitman elegy When Lilacs Last in the Dooryard Bloomed?
Lincoln.
Can we accept that? Correct. What Egyptian queen stole the hearts of Julius Caesar and Mark Antony?
Cleopatra.
Correct. In Shirley Jackson's short story, The Lottery, on what date does the story open?
Pass.
June 27th, 1948. Name the only woman to ever appear on the face of paper currency in the United States.
Harriet Tubman.
Incorrect. Martha Washington. What is the name of the author of the short story To Build a Fire?
Crane.
Incorrect. Jack London. What 4-letter word is the name for the flexible middle part of the sole of a horse's foot and is also the name of a common amphibian? End of round. All right, Eastwood, we have you currently at 60 points. It is now time for you to head to isolation. All right, now that Eastwood is safely in isolation, let's bring back Toledo Early College. All right, Toledo Early College, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, your head-to-head round starts right now. Identify the American philanthropist who did relief work on Civil War battlefields and was the author of The History of the Red Cross.
Pass.
It was Clara Barton. Of the 50 U.S. states, which 3 have names that begin with the letter O?
Oklahoma, Oregon, Ohio.
Correct. What noun is defined as the science of determining a ship's sailing direction and location?
Pass.
That is navigation. Name the person who was responsible for pioneering the vacuum tube.
Edison.
Incorrect. William Crookes. How many symphonies did Beethoven write?
9.
Correct. Name the largest Philippine island.
Manila.
Incorrect. Luzon. Give the title of the work originally published as a sequel to Edgar Allan Poe's sequel to Murders in the Rue Morgue.
Pass.
That would be The Mystery of Marie Roget. What famous American's death inspired the Walt Whitman elegy When Lilacs Last in the Dooryard Bloomed?
Kennedy.
Incorrect. Abraham Lincoln. What Egyptian queen stole the hearts of Julius Caesar and Mark Antony?
Cleopatra.
Correct. In Shirley Jackson's short story, The Lottery, on what date does the story open?
Pass.
It would be June 27th, 1948. Name the only woman ever to appear on the face of paper currency in the United States.
Pass.
That would be Martha Washington. What is the name of the author of the short story To Build a Fire? That is the end of the round for Toledo Early College. It is now time to wipe our scores, and let's bring back in Eastwood. All right, welcome back to you, Eastwood. It is now time to reveal our scores to both of our teams. Let's start off with Eastwood. Eastwood currently stands at 60 points, and Toledo Early College at 30 points. All right, you're going to stick around though. 30-point difference. Anything can change. Why? Because coming up next is our category round where questions are worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU's Brain Game. It is Toledo Early College with 30 points and Eastwood at 60 points as we head into our category round. Before we start that though, looks like we have another substitution with Toledo Early College. Who has joined your team?
To my left is Brendan, and he's a freshman.
All right, welcome to Brendan. Eastwood staying the same. Okay, we are in the category round. There are questions here that are worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points, but I warn you teams, you can lose the same number of points with an incorrect answer. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. Toledo Early College, since you have 30 points, you get to make the first selection.
Animal homes for 15.
Animal homes for 15. Identify the continent that is the indigenous home to each of the following animals. Piranha. That would be Toledo Early College. Nolan.
South America.
Correct.
Animal homes for 20.
Animal homes now for 20 points. Tasmanian devil. That would be Toledo Early College. Nolan.
Australia.
Australia is correct. Toledo Early College still in control.
Animal Homes for 25.
Animal Homes now for 25 points. Sumatran tiger. That would be Eastwood. David.
Asia.
Asia is correct, and they take control.
Animal Homes for 30.
Animal Homes now for 30 points. Weddell seals. Antarctica is what we needed there. Eastwood still in control.
Animal Homes for 10.
Animal Homes now for 10 points. Lemur. That would be Eastwood. David.
Africa.
Correct.
Social Studies for 10.
Identify each of the following people, places, or ideas related to the various fields of social studies. Jewish state created in 1948. That would be Eastwood. David.
Israel.
Correct.
Social Studies for 15.
Social studies now for 15 points. South African policy of racial discrimination. That would be Eastwood. David.
Apartheid.
Apartheid is correct. Eastwood still in control.
Social Studies for 20.
Social studies now for 20 points. LBJ's domestic plan to help the poor and right civil injustices. That would be Great Society. Eastwood still in control.
Social Studies for 25.
Social studies now for 25 points. 1992 trade agreement between Canada, that would be Eastwood. David.
NAFTA.
NAFTA is correct.
Social Studies for 30.
Social studies now for 30 points. God that Montezuma believed Hernando Cortez to be when he marched on Tenochtitlan. Quetzalcoatl is what we needed there. Eastwood in control.
Entrepreneurs for 10, please.
Entrepreneurs now for 10 points. Identify each of the following entrepreneurs based on the given description. The first letter of each person's last name is provided. South African-born engineer, inventor, and investor, CEO of SpaceX. That would be Eastwood. David.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is correct. Eastwood still in control.
Entrepreneurs for 15.
Entrepreneurs for 15 points. Native of Moscow, Google co-founder. The letter is B. Sergey Brin is what we were looking for there. Eastwood in control.
Entrepreneurs for 20.
Entrepreneurs now for 20 points. Built the empire that includes CNN, TNT, and TBS. The letter is T. Ted Turner is what we were looking for there. Eastwood in control.
Entrepreneurs for 25.
Entrepreneurs now for 25 points. Retired LA Lakers NBA star who has earned wealth through investments, media, and real estate. The letter is J. That would be Toledo Early College. Nolan.
Johnson.
Can we accept that? We cannot. Eastwood, would you like to steal? They do not. Magic Johnson is what we needed. We needed both names. Eastwood in control.
Entrepreneurs for 30.
Entrepreneurs for 30 points. American business tycoon and aviator built the Spruce Goose. The letter is H. That would be Eastwood. David.
Hughes.
Correct. Eastwood in control.
Contagious for 10.
Contagious for 10 points. Childhood disease characterized by inflammation of the salivary glands. The letter is M. That would be Eastwood. Cole.
Meningitis.
Incorrect. Toledo Early College would like to steal. They say no. Mumps is what we needed there. Eastwood in control.
Contagious for 15.
Contagious for 15 points. Viral infection that causes body aches, fever, and chills. The letter is F. That would be Toledo Early College. John.
Flu.
Flu is correct. Toledo Early College takes control.
Contagious for 20.
Contagious for 20 points. Disease against which Sabine and Salk developed vaccines. The letter, that would be Toledo Early College. John. Polio is correct. TEC in control.
Contagious 25.
Contagious now for 25 points. Usually fatal disease that affects the lymphatic system and is spread by rat-borne fleas. Wiped out, that would be Toledo Early College.
Bubonic
John.
plague.
Bubonic plague is correct. TEC in control.
Contagious 30.
Contagious now for 30 points. Fever, which occurs most often in children who have been infected with a strain of Streptococcus. The letter is R. That would be Eastwood. Cole.
Rotavirus.
Incorrect. Toledo Early College, would you like to steal? That would be Nolan.
Rubella.
Incorrect. We needed rheumatic. Rheumatic there. Toledo Early College in control.
Literary terms for 15.
Literary terms for 15 points. Figure of speech that utilizes exaggeration or overstatement. That would be Nolan.
Hyperbole.
Correct.
Literary terms for 20.
Literary terms for 20 points. Lyric poem of 14 lines, usually written in, that would be Toledo Early College. Nolan.
Sonnet.
Sonnet is correct.
Let's go literary terms for 25.
Literary terms for 25 points. The essential background information at the beginning of a literary work. That would be Eastwood. Devon.
Epilogue.
Incorrect. Toledo Early College would like to steal. They say no. Exposition.
Literary terms for 30.
Literary terms for 30 points. That is the end of the round. Let's take a look at our score. We have Toledo Early College with 105 and Eastwood with 120 points. Still anybody's game. You're going to want to stick around. Why? Because the brainstorm round is coming up next. And welcome back to BGSU's Brain Game. We had to make a scoring correction at the end of the round. The score now stands at Eastwood with 90 points and Toledo Early College at 105 points. Still anybody's game. Looks like we have another substitution for Toledo Early College. Who has joined the team?
To my left is Justin, and he's a senior.
All right, welcome to Justin. Eastwood staying with their lineup as we move to the brainstorm round. Now in the brainstorm round, it goes a little something like this. All questions in this round are worth 20 points, but negative 20 points for an incorrect answer, so beware. You may confer before buzzing in, and there is no stealing. I repeat, no stealing in this round. Eastwood, Toledo Early College, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, this brainstorm round starts right now. Which Canadian territory adjacent to the state of Alaska is located due east of Fairbanks? That would be Toledo Early College. Nolan.
British Columbia.
Incorrect. Yukon Territory. On the visible spectrum, what is the longest wavelength color? That would be Eastwood. David.
Red.
Red is correct. Who is the first woman to be appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court? Sandra Day O'Connor. What is the standard unit of measurement for momentum? Kilograms times meters per second. Zeus is to Greek mythology as Odin is to what? That would be Eastwood. David.
Norse.
Norse, correct. U.S. President Donald Trump is from what state? That would be Toledo Early College. Nolan.
New York.
New York is correct. In Taming of the Shrew, what is Baptista Minola's youngest daughter's name? Bianca. The great red spot can be found on this planet. That would be Toledo Early College. Nolan.
Jupiter.
Jupiter is correct. In this story, the noisy children learned to be quiet in their classroom when their teacher was gone. Name it. That would be Eastwood. Devon.
Kindergarten Cop.
Incorrect. Miss Nelson is missing. In what modern country is the ancient city of Pompeii located? That would be Eastwood. David.
Rome. Or Italy.
Yeah, incorrect. Italy is the correct answer, but you said Rome. Alibaba in Alibaba and the 40 Thieves opens the entrance to the cave containing the gold with what phrase? That would be Eastwood. David.
Open Sesame.
Correct. Michigan's thumb projects into which Great Lake?
Huron.
Correct. How many regional Federal Reserve banks does the U.S. have? That would be 12. In Greek mythology, who slew Argus and placed his 100 eyes in the tail of the peacock? Hermes. What hair color does the title character in J.P. Donleavy's novel The Ginger Man have? That would be Toledo Early College. Nolan.
Red.
Red is correct. In what well-known poem would you find the line, miles to go before I sleep? End of round. Let's take a look at our score. We have Eastwood with 130 points, and winning tonight is Toledo Early College with 145 points. Let's give both these teams a big round of applause. Now, in the spirit of good sportsmanship, let's meet in the middle, shake hands, and we will see you at the next BGSU Brain Game.